Welcome to Jack's Tech Corner. This is Photography Weekly, episode number 38 for December 25th, 2011. Hey, I told you I may have a show today, and I guess I am. So let's see how long it takes you to see, is it live or is it Memorex? So coming up in today's show, knowing what to shoot during an event, also giving the customer more of what they expect. You know, we should always think of the customer and try to give them more pictures than what they actually want. Also, we're going to talk about action curves in Photoshop Elements. Is there action curves in Photoshop Elements? I know I said that last week and everybody started emailing me and bombarding me saying, Jack, there is no action curves in Photoshop Elements, and I'm here to prove you wrong. So let's go ahead this week and get started with Photography Weekly. So what I want to talk to you about today, we're going to talk to you about taking pictures at an event. Now I'm going to use a wedding just because I really don't do that many other events, to be honest with you. And I'm going to show you what we need to actually take pictures of. Because, you know, there's easy ones at a wedding. You know, the groom, the bride, the bridesmaids, the best man, the rings. There's easy things to take pictures of. And then there's things that we need to worry about taking pictures that we're going to use to edit later. And that's going to become the second part, giving your client more than they expect. So let's go ahead and get started here. And we are going to get started talking about what we need to take. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to flip over to my screen. And we are just going to do a selection here so we can just get this area right here to give you a better view of my pictures. And we'll talk about what we need to take pictures of. And as soon as I get this moved around here a little bit. There we go. Okay. So we'll do that. And then I like to do a picture-in-picture just so we can have it there. It's always nice so you can see me talking. I think it just gives us a little bit more togetherness, right? If nothing else. I mean, you watch a lot of vidcasts, I'm sure you see that. So I'll put me there picture-in-picture. Okay, so here's a wedding that we did recently, and I said we because it's myself and my stepdaughter. She is an assistant. She pulls out the camera now. She's getting to become a really nice photographer. So some of the pictures that we're looking at today are, the first thing we like to do is try, now this was a wedding where everything was in one area. So what we try to do is we like to start off by simply taking pictures of the surroundings. And we were fortunate enough that the reception was at the same place as the wedding. And what that allowed us to do is do everything at one time. Most times when you shoot a wedding, you're going to be at the church and you're going to be getting all those pictures first. Then you're going to be going to the reception hall and you have to beat feet there to try to get some of these pictures before anybody touches anything. Once it's touched, it's more like a contaminated scene, right? Because things are moved around and they're not the way that the bride envisioned them. So let's go ahead first of all and talk about some of these pictures we took. Here you see simply the centerpieces to the tables and the glasses around the table. Next, we was able to capture the whole inside of the tent. Again, it's very important to capture this stuff because it gives the bride and the groom a remembrance of what the day was, right? It took them a long time to prepare this, so don't miss on the little details. This is the gift table right over here. You can see, yep, you can see where my mouse is moving. Over here, we actually have the card basket. Now, these are the pictures that is really nice to have a female taking. And why is that? Well, basically, and I've done them before, but the bride feels more comfortable having another woman or a female in with them as they're getting ready. Now some of these she did take a little too premature. Like, I don't get people getting out of the shower with a robe on. I don't feel that's necessary. The pictures I like in the house is maybe the mom helping the bride get ready, you know, putting the veil on. These shoe shots here are very important with the shoes. With this stuff here with the garter belt. This is all the pre-wedding stuff, right? The pre-wedding stuff that gives the bride that pre-wedding jitters. We always like to get a picture of the gown. You never know when you might want to use that later on in editing. The traditional, I call this the traditional makeup in the mirror. You should always have a makeup in the mirror shot. Just gives the bride a chance to see the reflection of themselves. Now when you take this type of picture though, don't take it and don't get yourself in that picture or anyone else. Make it very intimate with just the bride putting on her own makeup. It's one of our traditional shots we do. Now this is the one here I was saying where it's kind of, she's in a robe. We probably didn't need that kind of shot. This one here is nice with her again looking in the mirror and putting on makeup. It's very important. Anybody in the room helping her to get ready, take pictures of them also. Because they might want to remember the special day just as well as the bride does. And they may buy pictures from you. Again, this is all giving you just an idea of what to take pictures of. Of any event. Of any event, take pictures of the pre-event. The next thing we have here is this again looks like it's part of the garter or the veil. You see her necklace laying there. Here again is the shoes. And to get somebody ready for this, if somebody's helping you, if you have your wife helping you, or maybe you're the wife and you're the photographer and your husband's helping you, maybe he's doing the outside stuff, give them a list of what you would like to see. And what we did is we studied a lot of shots before we went to the wedding, so my stepdaughter was very well versed in what she wanted. When she came out and I seen this, I thought, you know, I didn't ever mention that, but that's such a nice idea. Is the program. If there's a program, get a picture of it. Capture that moment. Let's go ahead down here. You can see people are helping her get ready, and this is one of our most famous money shots right here. I'm going to blow this one up. And what it is, you can see the bride is looking out the window, and that's where all the cars were coming up. So she was looking out the window, and you got the sister-in-law looking out over through those blinds with that nice soft light coming in across into her face. This is one of the best shots that we've had at a wedding date, that feeling that they are actually going to be out there. Let's go back. Okay, we also got pictures of the wedding glasses here. So these are the glasses on the bride and the groom's table. Very nice to have that. Again, let's just go down here a little bit. Here you actually see the flowers that was captured, and then the cake. You know, the cake isn't going anywhere, but get as many pictures of that cake as you can possibly get. Because we found sometimes you bring it back into the digital editor, and what's going to happen is it could be left or it could be right, and you want that one perfect one of that cake. Because once that cake is cut, there goes the golden pictures. These are very nice. The placemats with their names and dates, very important. I'm going to show you in our editing section of why you want that, and I'll show you how to use it. There's just tons of possibilities. Again, here's some more. A traditional one here, I like this better, is now she's more dressed and she's touching up her makeup. She's getting more ready, okay? That's where it's very, very important to have those. Let's go back here. And you can see she's walking out now. She's preparing herself to go out. It was an outdoor wedding, as you'll see here. Then we started to capture where the ceremony is going to be. Sort of like this. This is where the ceremony is going to be at. Let's go back. And then what you want to do after that part is just capture everything that you can think to capture with them getting ready. And as you can see, we have a ton of pictures here. Now, the trick is with the wedding is we take, well, this particular wedding was 1,058 pictures. The bride and groom received 400. And that even sounds like a lot, but I never go over 400. I always pride myself that we don't give you too much to look at, but we give you plenty to enjoy. So that's how I do a wedding. So if you're doing anything, if you're doing a graduation party, maybe a graduation ceremony, a mom and dad, or maybe a mom's helping the son or the daughter, prepare, put their gown on or whatever, get all those pictures because it's telling a story also. Now, as you can see here, she grabbed some pictures inside with mom and sister-in-law and a friend here. They're all together preparing to go outside. And then some pictures with the bride with her flowers. These are really nice shots too. If your bride cries at any time, capture that shot. Now you would see here, naturally you're going to remove the red eye. But capture that picture. It's very important to have that. Okay? Then as we go down through, we just start capturing some candid stuff outside. People waiting. These are all the groomsmen that was walking her up, or the I really don't know what that person. Normally it's the fathers that walks the bride up to be given away, but she had all of her nephews walk her up. It was very nice. So that's the background of the wedding. What I'm going to do now. Okay. All right, folks. Now we're going to go into the editing part, or we're going to be giving your clients more than what they expected. Now to do that, we're going to edit a picture. And what I'm going to do with the picture is make more or less a collage, but we're going to do it, and as I take pictures at an event, I start trying to think in the back of my mind is, how am I going to put these together to tell a story? So here we go. We're going to pick out some pictures here. Let's see here. Okay, let's pick out some pictures. And I actually already have it marked there, to be honest with you. Let's see here. Go up here. Let's see where they're at. Here's one. Here's one right here. Next. We're going down here. Here's one I need. We're going to open these up. So if I right click on these, I can open these up in my external editor here. Okay, so we have those open. Right there. There we go. Okay, now we already have the bride open. The bride is right here. So she's already prepared and ready to go for this segment. And then we have these different parts that we're going to add to her to kind of tell the story. So when I took this picture, I thought, well, this is a really nice picture here. And I told her, I want you looking down. The reason I did that, I was thinking about the editing part of this picture. And I thought to myself, she has to look like she's thinking. She's reflecting back on the day. Why did I want that? Because now I can put the memories around her. Now, the first thing I thought I would do here is simply use my program here that's an add-in to Photoshop Elements called Portrait Professional. Now, you may or may not want to buy this. If you do a lot of portraits, maybe you will. But what it allows me to do is takes the person and just cleans it up a little bit, fixes the person up a little bit. It does like a glamour shot. And you can look at this. The gentleman has a website. It's called, it is called Portrait Professional. All right. All we got to do here is just go along these and mask these out. And this is just, we're showing where the eyebrows are, where the eyes show in here. Nice, we're just going to pull this down, pull that up a little bit. Pull this down here. Hopefully the program knows that she has her eyes shut, huh? We hope that's the case. hit the space bar, and it knows right away that it's more of a silhouette, which I thought was pretty cool. I never tried to do a silhouette before with this program. Okay, I'll put this up here where her lips are. That's pretty important. We're just going to outline her lips right here. Just like so. We'll pull this out a little bit. Kind of like this. Pull that up here. Pull this back here. Let's make out. They say it doesn't have to be exact, but I try to make it as exact as possible. Hit my space bar again. It asks me where her chin bone is. It goes down here. It wants to know where this part is right here. And then you just hit the space bar and let it do its magic. Okay. So here we're just letting it do its magic. This will tell you how you can enhance it even more. You can use the touch-up brush right here. And we can actually touch this up if we want. Make the mouse a little bigger. And once again, this program is called Portrait Professional. I really like it if you're touching anybody up, if you're doing portraits. It's really nice. I've been trying to get an interview with the gentleman that wrote it, but I have not successfully done that yet. Here, let's look at a before and after. There is your before and after picture. Okay, you've seen this before here, Portrait Professional. Let's go back to after only. Now what we'll do is we're going to take this right back into Photoshop Elements by clicking Next, hitting Save and Return. Return back. Okay, so now we're back into Photoshop Elements. What we want to do now is we're going to bring up these pictures here. I kind of like to pull them up a little bit and stick it right here. What we have to do now is make a selection and cut these out. I don't want all that background in there and everything else, so I just want these parts right here. And you know the easiest way to do that, right? And everybody knows my favorite tool is the Quick Selection tool. Go over here, we're going to make our selection across the veil. Just like so. We're going to be going up around the shoes. And don't worry if you go outside the lines here, because we're going to. Actually, I played with this earlier. And I seen that was outside the lines. But what we have to do now is go up here and hit the little minus. And then we go right over here. And we'll start getting rid of some of this stuff here. And you don't have to be real exact with this, because remember, this is a remembrance piece is what I called this. So I'm just going over, and what we're trying to do here at this point is, we're just trying to cut the background out. We're trying to get rid of all the junk that we don't want around it. Just like so. And let's go down here. Go across here. And come right up here, down here. Then I have to clean up a couple of these spots here because we don't want to lose too much of the shoe. So I have to get right around here. And kind of like this. That looks fairly good. Looks okay. And again, remember, for demonstration purposes, this is a little bit faster than you would probably do it. Once you have all your selection made, hit Command J on the Mac or the Control J on Windows. And what we're going to end up with is this. We just extracted the shoes and the actual veil itself. Now what we want to do is hit Select All. And just like we do anytime we merge pictures together, we'll hit Edit, Copy, open this picture back up, and hit Edit and then Paste. Now you look how big that is. You're like, wow, Jack, you just messed that up. Well, we know that's not true. We just hit that and we resize. And we're going to resize this down some more, a little bit more. We can place this wherever we want. I'm kind of going to replace it here. I'm going to turn it a little bit just like she's thinking about it. Kind of like this. Maybe I'll put it right up here somewhere. Click the little check button just like that. And then all we're going to do at that point is we're going to lower the opacity. And everybody knows when we lower opacity, what it's going to do is actually blend it in with the background a little bit. That way it's kind of like I refer to this as my faded memory trick, right? Because the day is dragging on, pictures are getting done, the ceremony's over, and now we're starting to have faded memories of when they were getting ready with the shoes, okay? Let's do the same thing here with the book. The book's a little easier to cut out. Should go a little bit better for us. Again, we'll just grab this book. Not the whole book. The whole book and nothing but the book, right? And that's what we got to buy. Okay, get the whole book and nothing but the book. Okay. So there we go. Again, that looks pretty good. I can accept that. So let's hit Command J or Control J again. Again, we're just cutting it out there. There we go. Now we have just a book. Do a Select All. That selects the whole entire picture. And copy it. Let's go back to the background or the regular picture here. And do Edit Paste. Again, a little big. Let's size her down a little bit. And just size it down. Let's put that kind of behind her. Just like that maybe. Hit the check button again, the little check box there. Or you can hit your Enter key. Drop the opacity down a little bit on it. And I guarantee there's nobody in the audience that took a picture quite like this one. As you can see, what we have so far there, we have the shoes blending in. We have the program here. We have a picture of that now, so we have that blending in. The last thing is we're going to take this. But the only thing with this one I thought I liked was I like the whole thing because there's lace behind it, and it just simply works. It's a really good picture. So we're going to hit Select All and pull all that. Edit, we're going to copy. We're going to go back here. And we're going to do Edit and Paste. And this time, there's one or two things you can do with this. One, we can shrink it down like we've been doing. Or two, you can change the layer style to multiply and kind of blend it right into the picture itself. So you have one or two ways of doing it. If you blend it in, what I would suggest to do though first would be to move it. You can move it to one side or the other. But what's going to happen is you're going to lose some of that coloring in the background. See how I colored it back there really nice? How you have that laying on there. So we are going to undo that part. Now let's go ahead and size it first. And you can actually do that with any of those. Use the layer style and change the layer. That's totally up to you. I mean, you know how there are many ways there are to do this stuff. So if we have that even, right about like that, we can change that to multiply. and we can blend it in right there. So we have that option. And then you can still lower the opacity a little bit if you wish, just to really blend it into those rocks. Just kind of like that. So you still have it there. The only thing I don't like about that is it's leaving those hard edges. And what we could do with the hard edges is actually, you know, we can do some blurring. That's right. So we can come over here. And that, where we go. Right here, and use our blur tool. And we can actually blur on some of these edges, and you can actually make these edges not as sharp. You can just keep going over them and over them and over them, blur them down there. Or change your strength. Change your strength up here to 100. And try to go over that more. So you have that option. You can blur that down. Like I said, it is going to take you a while there. Of course, the brush play is not the best brush. You might want a harder tip brush and just keep blurring it down. So there you go. So there you are. There's one way of making something that your clients or that your audience did not give the clients for free, because you're building something from that day. And chances are the people in the audience did not go inside and take the pictures that you may have. There's a good probability of that, because only the photographer that's getting paid for the day gets that opportunity to go in and take those special pictures that you need. And that's where they pay off in dividends later on. So that is how that works. Hey, have you been looking for a great place to host your pictures? And I know there's a lot of picture sites out there that host them, like Flickr and all those, and Yahoo and whatever else you have out there. But it's nice to have a place to call your very own home on the internet. Let that home be hosted by Weebly, W-E-E-B-L-Y. Weebly is a great and powerful hosting service, as well as a very easy drag and drop web builder site. So what you see is what you get, or WYSIWYG. So I know they host my website, and they've done a remarkable job, and I've been with them for quite a while, and I'm sure I'll continue to stay with them. So once again, it's Weebly. Sign up for a free account today, and I'm sure you'll be paying for an account and being with them permanently, such as I did. Also, check out this sponsor, Green Screen Wizard, written by Ken. Ken is an amazing programmer. What else can you say? He's written algorithms to make green screening a piece of cake. If you ever tried green screening or removing the green, you know, you always get that green cast and everything in Photoshop or Photoshop Elements. Well, Green Screen Wizard takes care of that. Ken took the time. He also is an amazing background shooter. In talking to Ken on the phone for about an hour, a couple different times, Ken is a great person. He travels the world and he shoots backgrounds for you. So, you know, no longer do you have to buy all those expensive backgrounds. Just buy a kit from Ken, set the green screen up, take a picture, and then drop in any background you want. Once again, that's Green Screen Wizard for all your green screening needs. With that said, go to my website, jackstechcorner.com, and look for the sponsors links on the left. You want to click on the graphics, and that will take you to the sponsors links. When you use my website to get to them, that helps the show out, and I truly appreciate it, as well as then the sponsors know that you are coming from Jack's Tech Corner Show. And if you want to help even more, you could pick up a DVD. It will not only help the show, it helps you. You can learn Photoshop Elements. There's many, many tips and tricks in there that you're going to learn with. You don't have to worry about the internet speed then. All the videos are burnt onto the DVD. Or like many of you already did, you can also donate to the show. All donations of any size are greatly appreciated, and they help to buy new equipment as well as the software I need to continue to do these videos for you. So thank you very much, and let's go ahead and get back to Jack's Tech Corner and more learning. Okay, folks, now for the last part of this show, we're going to talk about action curves. Now, last Sunday's show, a lot of people, I said action curves in Photoshop Elements, and you would have thought the sky fell out of the heavens and fell right onto the earth. Everybody started to email me, Jack, there's no action curves in Photoshop Elements. Are you crazy? Some people may say yes, but I like to tend to believe that I'm here to show you how to create action curves in your Photoshop Elements. Now, if you watch any of my YouTube videos over the years, you know, it could have been way back because I started doing those in 2008. And I believe I first showed this next plugin or next action for Photoshop Elements back in version 6. So it's been a while. Let's see. Hopefully we can bring it up here. And what I'm talking about here today is a free action called Grants Tools. Now all you gotta do is do a Google search for Grants Tools, and I know right away everybody's going to start emailing me saying, Jack, you can't do it, buddy. It only goes up to version 8. We're on version 9 and 10. It won't work. It will work. I've done it, and I'm going to show you that it's working just absolutely fine. Here is the trick. What you need to do is if you have version 1, 2, 3 or Photoshop Elements, you better upgrade pretty soon, you know, because you're falling behind, way behind the 8 ball. We need to upgrade you. So what we're going to do here is we are going to get us up to version 8 is the highest that it goes right now. And what you're going to do is download what's called the abbreviated tools. Now you know how to download because we've been downloading for so long. And let me see if I can bring this up even closer here. I bet you I can. We're just going to resize the screen here. Just a little bit so you can see this. I want to make sure you can view this really, really well. So right here, under the abbreviated tools, you can click on here and then actually download this. Now this will work, this same exact download will work on the Mac. It'll work on Windows 7, Windows XP. You'll be absolutely fine. Probably even that Windows system that nobody really talks about. Yeah, Vista. Yeah, but it'll work on Vista too, just fine. Just download it. And then all you have to do is follow here where it says install the tools. And here it is on Mac, on Photoshop Element 6 on the Mac, or how to install Grants Tools right here if you're in Windows. Or you can go back a couple shows where I talk about how to install actions. It's the same thing, folks. This is an action. It's very easy to install. Once you get it installed, remember to either delete the MDB file, the database file, or you can just simply rename it like I told you in past shows. And go ahead and start up your Photoshop Elements once again. Let the actions rebuild, and then you'll be ready to use your action curves. So Jack, that's all well and great and everything. How do I use them? Well, let me resize the screen. I'm going to show them to you. Let's see here. We shall pull this out just like so. And so what you're going to do at that point is come over here to your effects and you click on photo effects. Click the pull down menu and just simply look for Grants Tools. Once you do that, in Grants Tools there's one right here called Action Curves. If you click on it, click apply. There it is. You now have action curves in Photoshop Elements that you never had before. I told you you could have it, and everybody emailed me and said, Jack, it's impossible. It's not there. And you're half right. Natively, it's not. It doesn't come with Photoshop Elements, but you can make it work. Then the way it works is, you know yourself, you can just move this little bar around here. You can change your picture around. All right. You cancel on that. Let's bring it back up again. You can pick your eyedropper and pick out a sample, a dark point, a gray point, or a white. Chances are her gown's white, so do that. Again, we can move this down a little bit, back and forth. You can see basically what an action curve does. It works with the brights and the shadows, the highlights, and you can work with those back and forth. So there you are, right there. Very easy to install. I can tell you that a couple of these actions no longer work. I tried. I don't want to blow the recording here, but Action Channel Mixer, one of those does not work. It'll come up. I suggest you probably just go back and delete it. Other than that, somebody was asking last week about fonts. That will be in next week's show. We'll talk about fonts and how to organize fonts a little bit better, and how to manage those a little bit better in your computer. So with that, folks, I'm going to close this segment out, at least for this December 25th recording. I'm glad that you was able to stop by today and watch the show. Once again, folks, thank you so much for joining me here at Jack's Tech Corner each and every Sunday morning. I am always very humbled that you come by and you're like to spend a little time with me here and let me come into your computer rooms, your TV rooms. One time I was even in a car driving down the turnpike on a mobile card. That's exciting to me, to be able to be in that many places this early on a Sunday morning. So until next Sunday morning, as always, folks, keep those shutters clicking, keep the editors editing, and I'll see you back here next Sunday for another episode of Photography Weekly with Jack's Tech Corner. So long for now.